There we are. Good morning, creative companions. How we doing out there today? I'm just gonna finish setting things up here so I can see who's here. So spontaneously decided to go live. I hadn't scheduled this or invited anyone until this morning. So I'm gonna take my time waiting for y'all to get here. Take some deep breaths. Key frame rate is too low. Recommend key frame rate. Just update it. What? This happens to me a lot. Like, oh, I am not going to do that now. Okay, how do I do that though? Whatever. Settings. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Creative Companions. Let me know that you can hear me well. Last time I did a live, some people said they couldn't hear me good. I'm using, yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay. So good morning. Let's take some deep breaths. We're going to take our time getting here now and being present with ourselves and each other. And oh, hi, Melody. Okay, good. Now I'm pretty quiet, huh? Wonder what that's about. Let me see. Oh, what it says about my microphone. No. You guys, I'll do the best I can and try to talk loud, I guess. Not using my microphone. I have a hard time with this technology and stuff. So really, like, I'm here again this week, just like last time. Misguided painting workshops. I am misguided painting. And we're going to do this thing in a little while. We'll play with some paint. So gather your things. Creative Companions is all about self-care and taking care of that part of ourself that just wants to express and create and be validated, you know. And I see you, and I appreciate you for showing up, and I appreciate your time and attention. Somebody's messaging me, we'll check that, and we're just getting into the moment with each other. Yeah, you can't interrupt me right now, person. And gathering our things. Take some deep breaths. Start right there. I'm racy, if you can tell. A little scattered. I'm just going to share my regular self-care with you. It's always a matter of coming back to basics and staying on our path when things get shaky and doing that which you know. And that which I know is to be here now. You should eat the banana. You know. Eat the banana, drink the water, take good care of you. That's what we're here to do. So I'm going to show you like my usual morning self-care. And like, you know, when things get tough, I have to remind myself what to do. And then the question becomes, but why bother? And why am I doing all this anyway? What is this sitting down and writing in my journal and doing this sketch every day for years on end? What is this doing for me? Why do I continue to do this? And I heard this quote this morning. So the practice of staying present will heal you. So the practice of sitting down every morning and writing 3 pages of brain drain in my journal causes me to stay present with myself in the now. Causes me to sit still long enough to have some meaningful conversation with myself. So we're going to journal together today and talk some about those morning pages and what they do for you. And then we're also going to make some art. So I've brought my acrylic paints, all the colors. a bunch of brushes, my palette, and I grabbed a little piece of wood to paint on. You know, we talk about in the artist way that we often don't do that creative project that's calling to us, or practice that thing because we think we need to have all the perfect things before we can start. And we're practicing just grabbing what you got and going with what you got and seeing what you can create today. So we often, most of the time, we use cardboard here at Creative Companions because, well, there's lots of cardboard in the world. It often gets thrown in the landfill. Maybe it gets recycled, but there's a lot of cardboard. So keep your cardboard and make it into something beautiful. You'll see some art behind me that there's sunshine on my shoulder there, and there's a green one here. Both of those are on cardboard. You know, I keep my cardboard art close to me. Often I write affirmations, inspiring sentences on there. And so, yeah, take some more deep breaths with me now. So ultimately, the goal of Creative Companions is to learn to be present with ourselves and tap into that creative part. So we use some basic tools, and one of those I've mentioned already is the morning pages. So we're going to take our journals now, and this is our meditation part. We always start with meditation when we sit down, and that's what this morning self-care practice does for me. Is meditation. It is a time first thing in the day to sit still with myself, because some days it's like my ass is on fire once I get going, you know. So it's a moment to slow down and just be here in the present with yourself. So we're going to grab our journals and our pens and get comfortable in our seat. Address the blank page, if you will. I even like always ritual, you know, it helps us feel more calm and better to have our things and our routines and our patterns that we feel comfortable with. And so I even have like this little box that I have some art on that a beautiful friend made of, for a logo of another beautiful friend you all might recognize. I open this box every morning, and it has my pencils and my journal and often my sketchbook, but I have filled up all these sketchbooks, you know, again just causing me to sit still. For how long, you might ask? Time isn't real, only love matters, and I try not to think about the timing of things, which is what this quote I'm going to read you, and we're going to practice the art of listening. Continuing to breathe deeply. Be comfortable in your seat. Be comfortable in yourself. Just continue to breathe deep with me. I'm going to read this quote over and over so that you too can write it in your journal. I'm going to write it again. Sometimes, you know, we wonder, what do we write in our journals? Well, that depends on where you're at today and how you feel. Sometimes I like to grab like a sentence I see or something to write. I'm going to see who's... okay. I'm going to ignore that now. Okay. Sometimes writing something over and over is how I spend my time in my journal that day. Maybe I heard a sentence that let's start with that. So that's what I did today. I heard this, I read this, and I thought, let's start with that. So let's start together with this. Breathing, practicing the art of listening first, and you can begin to write if you like. We're going to write this brief quote. The practice of staying present will heal you. Obsessing about how the future will turn out creates anxiety. Replaying broken scenarios from the past causes anger and sadness. Stay here in the moment. So we're going to write that. The practice in breathing of staying present will heal you. The practice of staying present will heal you. The practice of staying present will heal you. Finish writing that. Take a breath. Next, obsessing about how the future will turn out creates anxiety. Obsessing about how the future turns out creates anxiety. Obsessing about how the future turns out creates anxiety. So we have 2 sentences now. The practice of staying present will heal you. Obsessing about how the future turns out creates anxiety. Next, replaying broken scenarios from the past causes anger and sadness. Replaying broken scenarios. Doesn't matter if you know how to spell scenarios, just do your best. Replaying broken scenarios from the past causes anger and sadness. Replaying broken scenarios from the past causes anger and sadness. So now we have 3 sentences. The practice of staying present will heal you. Obsessing about how the future turns out creates anxiety. Replaying broken scenarios from the past causes anger and sadness. Take a deep breath. Stay here now in the moment. Write that. Stay here now. Stay here now in the moment. Stay here now in the moment. Keep breathing. So I'm going to read the whole thing. You might write it again if you want to. The practice of staying present will heal you. Obsessing about how the future turns out creates anxiety. Replaying broken scenarios from the past causes anger and sadness. Stay here now, in the moment. Then I wrote, get over it fast. Whatever it is, get over it fast. Get back to giving love instead. Life ain't over yet. Find love. And go from there. Keep writing. Keep the hand moving. I'm going to say that part again. Well, just get over it fast. Get over it fast. Right from there, I'm going to give us 3 minutes of just breathing and writing. Get over it fast, ... And right from there, you might go back and read again that first part we just wrote. Maybe you want to write that over to stay in that train of thought. Keep breathing. The practice of staying present will heal you. Stay present with yourself. And just allow your hand to move across the page. Continue writing. Write as big or as little or as sloppy as neat as you want to. that was 3 minutes. So that's just breathing. Just keep breathing with me and keep this meditative state. Feeling your feet on the floor. Welcome those who joined us. We were meditating while writing in our journals. I'll just read you mine. We started with a quote that I read this morning. It was something I had shared on Facebook, and I shared it with the group today. The practice of staying present will heal you. Obsessing about how the future turns out creates anxiety. Replaying broken scenarios from the past causes anger and sadness. Stay here now, in the moment. Get over it fast. Move forward while staying present with the self, all the while. You say you don't know how? Well, just breathe now. Just breathe now. It's simple. Just feel your feet connected to the floor. Breathe now. You're here now. No fear now. You're clear now. You're dear now. Dear, dear now. Welcome home. I gotta write that. I didn't write that. Dear, dear now. Welcome home. Loving you. Hearing that out there. Everybody's looking for home. Housing is difficult. Inflation is real. Yeah, there's much to be sad about. Grieving is heavy. Loss is part of living. Live and let live. We're here now breathing in this moment. And in this moment, we're practicing the art of self-care and writing in our journals. Once I've completed my journal writing, then I will, like, with integrity, close that up so as not to look back. And maybe in your journal, you know, it's going to vary from day to day what you write in there, of course, and there is no right or wrong way to do it. And you may be asking yourself, like, why the heck? But I'm just going to tell you, like, so much stuff has, been worked out in these journal pages, and I have like a wall full of them behind me there, and it keeps me present. I will remain here I wrote, I will remain present and refrain from talking too much. I love myself exactly as I am. That's funny. I am a good person and I am healing. And these are some of the things I write. I saw a deer yesterday. Bittersweet. Wow. There's parts I won't read out loud. You know, it's for you. Your journal's for you. It's between you and you. It's how you get to know yourself and address all parts of yourself. And sometimes it's painful when we cry. That's okay too. It's cleansing. So I'm going to put that away. You know, once I'm done with writing in my journal for today, I always try, even if I'm in a dark spot and I'm bitching and moaning that day in my journal, I always try to turn it around by the end and at least write, I am at peace in the now, or, you know, I have found that peaceful, easy feeling. I'm here now. I'm here now. That's always the goal. Present, alive, alert, and aware. I write that one a lot. Alive, alert, and aware. Here now. So here now. Take some deep breaths. You know, when you get racy, then you want to jump up and do the next thing because, you know, you have to do laundry or the dishes or the baby or the whatever, or take the person here or do something for this person or that person. I really keep this time in the morning sacred and consistently bring myself back to the now, to this moment. Here I am with my creative tools. If someone needs me, they can wait. It has to be a big emergency to call me away. You know, we often think like that self-care comes last. That's after we take care of everybody else. Well, after we take care of everybody else, guess what? We're all used up and there's nothing left for us and we're a mess and we're overwhelmed and you can't do anything for anybody that way. You know, so just like I tell new parents, you got a toddler that's driving you nuts. Spend one-on-one time with them in the morning, validate them, let them know that they are seen, heard, loved. One-on-one, if you can, make eye contact. Do that with yourself, too. You know, you got a cranky self going on, you're cranky, you waking up cranky. Spend some one-on-one. This is what I'm saying. This is self-care one-on-one with yourself. grab your journal, write some stuff, drink your coffee, drink your water, whatever it is, first thing in the morning. If I get on with it and don't do these practices first thing in the morning and think I'm going to get back to it later, I just get crankier and crankier as the day goes on. So I'm encouraging you to do the damn thing first thing. So today I've grabbed a little block of wood, and I don't know, you might have seen that I do these daily posts on Creative Companions, and they've been marker meditations where this is my marker book. I'm just going to flip through for you. This is just daily. I sit with my markers. I have no ideas about what marks I'm going to make on the page. I just start making marks on the page, and I sit there with it until I feel complete. And it's complete, and then I sign it and I close it up and I get on with my day, not so cranky, right? So that's why in the morning, look, that says clarity, here now, clear now, free to be me. I like that, and so you just fill up pages. You show up for yourself, you show up for your self-care, you show up for your art form, whatever art form that is for you. So today I'm just going to start with paint, and I grabbed black first. So if you want me to be your guide and follow the painting that I'm going to do, you are so welcome to do that. Or I encourage you, better yet, just do whatever you want with your creative tools that you brought today. Make whatever you feel compelled to make, and listen and breathe and just feel comfortable where you are. Just be warm and comfortable where you are. So, talking about validating ourselves as an artist and taking care of that part of ourselves, and manifesting things and believing in ourselves. There's also hard work to do, whatever road you choose. And part of the hard work is just staying on course. You have that thing that is driving you, that's who you are. It's how you do what you do. For me, it's being an artist. For a long time, it was a photographer. Now it's painting and live painting and doing this Creative Companions thing that I've been doing, and you've been joining me on for years now. I've been doing this, and I just got a lot of really awesome validation about what I do and that it's working. And one of those you might have saw in my post is I got a grant specifically to support me in traveling and doing Creative Companions live and in person out there on the road, so to pay for my traveling expenses. And it just feels really good. Now, I waved a magic wand called the paintbrush to make that happen. I didn't just sit here wishing, hoping. There's that. And there's affirming, and believing in myself. But it's also the taking action, picking up the brush, continuing to paint daily, doing that thing that I say I love to do. Even when life gets bumpy and I canceled a few things, and that's not like me in the past. What's like me? I'm evolving. I'm water. I'm changing. So I took some time for resting. When life hits you hard, it's a good idea. Just back up a minute. When you come back stronger. I'm just picking out a couple brushes, and I put down orange, red, and black. I have no idea what I'm doing or how any of this works. It's all a magical, wonderful experience, this life, and you got to show up for it, right? And it feels good to feel good. So we need to find ways to feel good. I need white. There's the white. I'm going to put some white there. So there are grants available for our artist endeavors. You got to be willing to look for them and do the work of applying for them. So apply yourself. That's my point. Whatever it is you want to do, you got to apply yourself and plant seeds and watch them grow. We just came off a winter. I know summer seems like it hasn't been here very long to me. But things sprouted in the spring, and in the summer they flourish and grow. And I now live in the land of love and abundance, and watching the abundance flow is fun. We're getting used to looking for the good stuff. It's always available. Don't get stuck in sad and mad. That's been the lesson for me lately. I wonder what the lessons for you have been lately. So I have my piece of wood here, a little paintbrush. How about I tilt? I'll try to tilt the camera so. Whoa, my light's not going to stay if I do that. How about that? There. That way you can watch me. Looking for that peaceful, easy feeling on a Sunday like today. All is well in my world. You know, in my morning time, when I'm doing my morning sketch and my morning pages writing in my journal, I really am not open to conversation. And for a time, when I didn't know how to speak my boundaries, I'd just get irritated if someone talked to me. But now I've learned to say, hey, this is meditation time, I'm doing my thing, shh. You can kindly express your boundaries. But we're not always in the best headspace, you know. And when I'm doing this morning meditation thing, I'm also having that first cup of coffee. So this is just your time for you. Self-care is sacred and essential for your artist child self to feel safe and to flourish and have room to play. You just need to show up and breathe and get out of the way. Get your adult self, your responsible self out of the way while you play. Thus, like I have found, I need to dress in my play clothes. You know, if I put on my good clothes, I'm probably not going to paint today. And I like painting every day. So, yeah, I live in my play clothes. I'm just following the wood grain. I'm just coloring it in, if you will. So, yeah, so we get stuck in ruts too. And if we're in the same space, we live here. This is where we live. This is where we get up every day, and we do the same thing every day. But what if we took time in the morning to honor the self, and it's specifically the creative self, and gave ourselves space? You know, perhaps you're going to have to rush off. Now today's Sunday. I don't know what you do on Sundays, but maybe, you know, during the week you go, well, I got to work. I don't have time for that. What if you just got up a half an hour earlier? Gave yourself a half an hour to sit in your chair where you're comfortable before you ever even brush your teeth, or no, maybe brush your teeth, whatever you do, but before you feel like you're getting ready, just sit in your chair, breathe. Maybe you have something you got to deal with today. And while you run the paintbrush through the red paint, something occurs to you about how you could show up for that. Yeah, I'm not asking you to play tapes in your head or run scenarios or plan while you're painting, but thoughts are going to occur when we're meditating. And sometimes those thoughts are inspiration about our real life events that are going on, and a clearer way of how we might deal with that. Instead of maybe repeating a pattern, because that's what we always do, right? I don't know why this thing keeps doing that. So yeah, just keep painting. Keep your hand moving. That's how I look at it. And your intuition, that voice in your head, will speak. Listen to it. If it says add some white, which I just did. I don't even know if you can see that good, but I'm adding some white at the top here. And I don't know why I don't want to go back and get any more colors out. So I'm just going to work with the colors I put on the palette for now, which are orange and red and black and white and some, I don't know, mustard yellow. You know, I like to paint all the edges, and I don't worry about getting paint on my hands, and I don't worry about doing it right or wrong. Right now I'm just tracing the wood grain, which always ends up on these like a some kind of rainbow pattern. I'm probably talking quiet again. Can somebody let me know if you can hear me well? I had taken a long break there from doing the live feeds, and so there is a YouTube channel available, Art by Kim Keffer, on all the platforms you can find me. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be great. And so those times when I'm not doing a live feed, thank you, William, for saying you can hear me good. Oh, hi, Chandra. I'm glad you're here, honey. I'm glad all you honeys are here. And thank you for spending your time with me. Take a deep breath. Make sure you're comfortable in your seat. On these blocks of wood that I paint, I like to paint both sides. We also talk a lot about not rushing ourselves. No hurry, no worry. Really. We've been rushed through so much, you know, by our teachers and our parents and our whatever. It's been saying, hey, you got to do it, and you got to do it quick. Get on it, kid. Yeah. You don't have to rush yourself. Especially where your art's concerned. You can take your time. You can make it as beautiful as you want to. You can go over it again and again and again and again if you want to. I'm not saying be a perfectionist and be really hard and drive yourself. I'm just saying, look how slow I'm moving the brush. I don't know if you can see that. But it creates a much different effect when I spin it and move it really slow like that than when I move it fast. How slow can you get yourself to go? Take a deep breath. How slow can you get yourself to go? Slow down more. When I hear slow down more, I also hear open up more. So when we slow down with ourselves and find a place of ease, we can be more open. Pull your shoulder blades together and breathe. Like for real, for real. I can only be here now with you now if I am present. If I am replaying tapes from the past or projecting into the future, I'm not here now with you. And I want to be here now with you. Yeah. So how slow can we go? Savor the moment. Savor it. Oh, boopy doopy, bop bop. And that's what happens when your finger hits the thing weird. Make the sound effects to go with it. It makes it funner. What if we're just here to enjoy ourselves? We don't have to be nervous. We just came here to have fun. You know, I feel like this one life you get in this meat suit as this being that you are now. So, on this earth plane, right here, right now, live, alert, and aware, I hope you feel good and you're enjoying yourself. If your foot went to sleep, move it. Take a deep breath. Find what feels good. That's from Yoga with Adriene. If you haven't tried that, I highly recommend it. This breathing and feeling your body and what it feels like to be here now. Look, I'm starting to like it. It looks pretty. Look. I'm making weird color waves. Who'da thunk, right? It was blank just moments ago. If I hadn't shown up, who would know? So if I hadn't shown up and painted the thing, and then shown up and painted the thing, and then showed up and painted the thing, and then showed up and painted the thing for years on end, and showed up and painted the thing, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be here in front of you today painting the thing going, hey, I get to continue doing Creative Companions, and somebody just validated me and said, hey, we like what you do. We're going to support you. Here's some money to pay for your gas and things you need to be able to take this in person. This is a big deal to me, and I'm really grateful. That's the other thing. Can you find yourself in a space of gratitude before you get up from your chair to go on with your beautiful day? And being grateful for the now and grateful for this moment that you took to spend with yourself and create something new. I'm going to flick some paint now because, well, that's fun. And like that black part, we can make that look like starry sky just by flicking some white on there. My favorite flicker brush here. This brush is dried out in a mess and is not useful really for much other than flicking. And I've learned I only need a little bit of paint on there, because if I put too much paint on there, it's going to make big streaks, and I only want little dots. So I'm just going to flick away. Not thinking, we're turning off the thinking mind, letting the creative self just express however it does. At the end, we'll step back and look at it and maybe have some thinks about it if we have to. Maybe it's meaningful to us. Maybe it informs us. What we created today informs us in some way about something. Maybe, ooh, I made some big flicks now. Something that we've been perhaps processing and struggling with. That's what the journal does. That's what sitting a minute in the mornings does. We have a worrying mind, us humans. Troubled mind in the morning. You may get up thinking, oh man, the rent's due. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about the car being broke down? What am I going to do next? Oh, holy hell. Well, what did that quote say that we wrote in our journals today? Something about peace is found in the now. Take a deep breath. Breathe in now. In the present moment, all is well. Just going to blob at some of these to break them up a little. Maybe drag them. Oh yeah, I like dragging them. That gives me a sense of movement. And that's what we're talking about. Life is always moving. We're always moving. Golden opportunities are everywhere. And some of you on here have given me opportunities, and I appreciate you. Thanks, Nancy. I appreciate the things that we do as a community and opportunities that we create for one another. Thank you for being here in this creative space with me, creating opportunities for us all to believe in ourselves and believe in one another. Believe me, I feel you all believing in me, and it matters. It does matter. Your messages to me saying, oh, look at this painting I made, matter a lot to me. They often come just at the right moment when self-doubt has kicked in, and I'm going, I don't even know, should I keep being an artist? Is this what I'm supposed to do? I don't know, what's the point? And then someone will send me a message and say, Kim, I did this painting I hadn't painted in a long time, thank you. So yeah, being in a space of gratitude, and when you do feel that gratitude for another being and how they are and what they do, let them know, man. Feel grateful for yourself, too, in the way that you show up. I'm going to make some stars on here. I'm going to get a little brush. So that's what I got so far. I didn't end up doing the back of it yet, but we'll get to that. So that's what I've got. I call this the background. Swirling fire. Yeah. You can use different colors, like based on what what you want to empower, what chakra you're working on, if that's your thing. This would be fire. Yeah. It's been a lot about fire and empowering the female. So pink, new pink order, all that. And I'm going to get a tiny brush here to do a little line work. And I like to just drag some paint around, maybe make a silhouette stick figure. You do whatever you want, You're a grown person. Take a deep breath. Maybe take a moment and look at your art from a little bit further away for a second. Like for me, it's really cool for me to see it on the screen right now as I show it to you. Let me bring it closer. See? Because sometimes if we look at it too close up, we're going, oh, well, that one dot is bugging me. But look, when you pull it back, you don't even see that one dot. It's a thing. It's just a swirling thing there, right? So I grabbed a small brush now. And I'm going to, let's see, what black. So also, the way if you want a little painting technique here, the way you apply the paint to the brush matters. So I have this long skinny brush. There, maybe you can see it better there. And I put it in the black paint, and then I find a clean spot on this palette, and I like to twist the brush. Oh, and that was good. Some water ran off. And then pull to make a point. So how you load the paint on the palette, on the brush matters, as well as how you apply it. So I'd like to make a stick figure here standing on the edge of this white. And you can see. So I'm going to start with feet and go up for legs. See? I got feet and legs there. You know, and people go, oh, how do you make it so small? Well, you focus on your breathing. You take deep breaths. You steady your hand. You steady your heart. Peaceful, easy feeling. That's what we're always looking for, right? So I'm going to stretch this person. Oh, it instantly created a little butt cheek. How cute is that? So we'll go with that. You know, I say hourglass. That's me. Now, because my silhouette is running into the black part, it's going to disappear. So I'm going to add a little white to my brush now. And that part is going to, where it hits the black, actually I'm going to edge it. What I have there, I'm going to edge in white. And then the arms are white. See? I'm going to put another arm on there so it'll be easier to see. Just the tiniest bit of white on that pointy brush. And a deep breath and start at the foot. I'm going up and around the hourglass and the arms go up. No head yet. See that? Little thing with the arms up. I'm reaching, you know. But I'm not concerned about the timing of things. I believe in the good things coming. They're on their way. A little detail there. That doesn't make sense. So I put some white detail in that silhouette and then went, hey, that doesn't make sense. It's a silhouette. So I'm going to go back with black. Cover it up. So that's it too. You know, when you realize, oh, I could have done that differently. Well, next time you can. That's all. The next time could be right now when we're painting. Or if you're playing a musical instrument, you know, and you're practicing and you did it wrong. Not wrong, you just, you know, you can go back and do it again. I just almost spilled my water. Okay, I need to give this little character just an oval right now for a head. I try to do it with black and on black. No, we need to do it with white. So it comes up, 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 neck, and head now. And that white is gonna brighten up here. I'm gonna go back and forth with white and black, back and forth with white and black until this character is the size and shape I want. And you're just making the finest lines. I love just dragging the brush. Why not? Wings. Those are wings. You see that? I didn't know that a second ago, but if I do this, those just became wings. Now we're going to emphasize that a little more. Ooh, fiery wings. Okay. So we'll make those wings be red. Pinkish red. See there? Maybe some orange in the wings too. Why not? We're just having fun and making it as beautiful as we want to. There's no time limit. Remembering to breathe. Look at that. It's looking cool. Hair. And like a white edge to this wing. Going where it meets the sky. Oh yeah. Yeah, get a little chuckle out of yourself too. I crack myself up sometimes. Now, make no mistake, I don't always feel good, and mornings are hard, and you wake up remembering things that you know that you wish you didn't sometimes, and there's nothing you can do about it but go from here. So why not make something beautiful daily? Look how cute it's looking. I just made those little tiny dots around her head like a halo. She has wings and a halo. Isn't she cute? Right? I'm gonna take some time, stare at it. What else do I see? Well, I see something that looks like trees going on back here, and I kind of want to emphasize that. So I'm gonna come back with the black, and I'm making like some tree branches. But just allow yourself to do whatever you want with your art form, and then experiment, try new things, be grateful that you have the time, that you are taking the time, that you're honoring yourself enough to take the time to make the thing. Be grateful to you. Be grateful right now for showing up, for being here now. And you can show up for the next moment, and the next, and the next. Doing better and better all the time we are. So we're learning. Works in progress. That too. You may have to lay a creative piece down because something is calling to you that's an emergency that needs you and you can't finish it right now. That's okay. Just be okay. Just lay it down and know that you'll get back to it. We all have lots of creative projects laying around that maybe we'll get back to next week or next year, or so don't feel bad. Try not to spend any time feeling bad about the way you do things, the way your art expresses, especially. Georgia O'Keeffe said, when the whole world is trying to make me be or act like something they think I should be. This is an exact quote. But the least I could do is paint how I want to. Least I can do is say what I want to with my paintbrush, right? You don't have to follow somebody else's lead. Do it the way they do it or the way they say you should do it. Do it how you do it. We're all unique expressions, So if we all do whatever we love to do in the way that we do it, how interesting it is. Beautiful. You do the beautiful thing you do and love. I'll do the beautiful thing I love to do. And coming from that place, I'm just like making trees that, they kind of end up looking like human forms. I'm going to continue some of this orange, just playing around with the paint. We got 10 minutes. I'm going to put my brush down a minute. You all just keep your hands moving and keep creating and breathing. It's Sunday. It's fun day. What if that's all you have to do today is breathe? Remember to breathe consciously and create all day long. You could go from one thing to the next, creating different things. You can make a pot of soup. That is a Sunday thing I've liked to do for years. Make several pots of soup. Maybe you write a new song. Maybe you'll sing it to us. That'd be cool. I really appreciate when you all share what you're making on the page. So there's what I've got thus far. Breathing out, I am here now. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the support I feel for my artist self. I'm grateful that I am a mirror for you. I believe in you, and I believe in your creativity. You can do the thing. You can make something beautiful every day. Maybe all day. Yeah. So practicing things that you love doing. Practice being conscious of what you're practicing. What am I practicing? Oh, I'm practicing whining and bitching and complaining. I've been practicing that for a minute. And I got good at it, and I don't want to be good at that. How about procrastination? I practiced that well enough. How about we learn to practice self-love and self-care and practice slowing down and practice, I practice creating and inspiring creativity I desire to inspire. Take some deep breaths. Perhaps you write something else in your journal now. Perhaps you go back and read what we wrote at the beginning. Perhaps you need to just get on with your day and you sign your canvas and you close this meditative practice. Take some deep breaths. Take another one. Just pause a second. It's 11:52. How do you do? Time's just numbers on the clock. Just allow yourself to be. Silence the critic and the judge. Just be here now. And that's all for today. I'm going to be going off into the woods. I'm going to be going off and creating more stuff. There's more glass work to come. Looking for creative companion opportunities to share. Manifesting that my dreams come true. I want to build with you. Enjoy your week. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your moment. Let's do that. Let's not forecast into the future. Let's enjoy each moment as it occurs. Okay? Peace out, friends. I love you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for you and your artist. We'll see ya. And